Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while, I know, but that does not mean I have not been watching a lot of movies, and today I'm going to tell you about the ones I saw somewhere between July, August, and September. For this video, I'm going to try and review the ones I picked up from the jar in the last video, so let's get started. The first movie I saw somewhere between July and September was the movie Clerks by Kevin Smith. At first, it wasn't exactly my favorite. I did really enjoy the dialogue, especially whenever there was the main character and his girlfriend, or the main character and the girl he really fancies, or even between him and his best friends. I love the dynamic. I love the sort of inane but interesting conversations that they have about men and women, about how men perceive women who have slept with a lot of people or given a lot of sexual favors, as opposed to men who can sleep with whoever they want and it shouldn't be a big deal. That was really interesting. And not to mention all the weird encounters with all the people that come into the convenience store, all the things that they get asked for. There's a moment in the movie somewhere in the middle between the hockey game and him just like being so mopey about his job that the movie kind of lost me. It wasn't as fun, but it kind of found its way back. I love how it ends. I kind of love the message as well, whereas that you complain so much about this stupid job that you have, but you do absolutely nothing to get out of it because it's comfortable, it's what you know, and it's easier to just complain than to do something scary and move on and do something that you really want to do. It's definitely one of those movies that I think it might get funnier as you keep watching it. There's a couple of lines there that really make me laugh. And yeah, overall I'm kind of glad I saw it, and I actually have Clerks 2 on my to-watch list. I don't know if it's any good. We will see. The next movie I saw was Hitchcock's Vertigo. I'm still somewhere between deciding if Hitchcock is a master at his own craft or kind of overrated. The only other movie I've seen is The Birds. And with Vertigo, it's just one of those movies that it takes forever to get going, just like The Birds. And if this is like a recurrent thing with Hitchcock, I'm not sure if I'm going to be a fan. So the whole plot is about this detective who has to retire because he realizes he's afraid of heights to the point where one of his partners gets killed. So this vertigo that he's getting has really crippled his ability to do his job well. He has retired, but an old friend shows up asking him to investigate his wife, to follow her around because he believes a spirit has taken over her body and she's starting to act and do things that are not like herself and might put her in danger. So this is where the story starts. It gets forever to get going and for you to really know what's going on, or really, I think I should say even really care. I have to say it is enjoyable, don't get me wrong. It's an enjoyable movie. It's a great suspense, which is what Hitchcock is great at. I don't know if it's just a time thing, whereas if I'd seen it back then it would have been more entertaining, and now it just feels a little bit dated. That being said, I'm very glad I watched it. I look forward to more Hitchcock's movies, and hopefully I will get to that point where I consider him to be the master of suspense and just a great filmmaker. For the rest of the month, things took a turn for the weird and then the weirder. And this all began with the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Another cult classic, something that everybody's told me I would love, that I would love Tim Curry in this, and it was quite an experience. That's the most I can say. So the movie's about this newly engaged couple who have car troubles in the middle of the night and have no choice but to ask for help in the house of Dr. Frankenfurter, who happens to be a transvestite scientist. Things are very weird for the sake of being weird, yet it's so fabulous, and they embrace sort of the freakiness and the weirdness in such a lovely way that the world in itself is very compelling. It's very interesting to be in. The story is kind of lacking. A lot of wacky stuff happens for no particular reason. That being said, the music is just fantastic. It's just a great mixture of rock and roll and pop and that sort of theatric musical numbers that you are so acquainted with. I absolutely loved it. I think the movie really kicks off when Tim Curry appears and sings a song about being a sweet transvestite. Oh my god, he's so fabulous and so wonderful, and being made in the middle of the 70s as well. I think it's really great how it embraces this sort of non-gender bisexual dynamic that Dr. Frankenfurter has, and a lot of the people involved in there start to feel and start to sort of understand that you don't have to be so repressed, and there are things that you can enjoy and be and like, and it's not weird, you know, it's not a problem, it's just who you are. And that's pretty damn good message to put out there. Now for the last movie I saw somewhere between July and September, I finally saw Oldboy, the original movie, of course. And I don't even know where you start with this movie. I have no idea. It's just, it's just a feeling. It leaves you, and it leaves you drained, and it just leaves you psychologically disturbed, and it's so many things that you feel and think of for weeks after you see this movie. I don't even know where to start. Oldboy is a story of revenge and is the second installment in the Vengeance trilogy. And it tells the story of this man, Odesu, I hope I'm saying his name right, who has been kidnapped for 15 years. He manages to escape, and now he wants to take revenge on whoever captured him because he has no idea who captured him and why. The story is very interesting, and the way the story is told, normally it's narrated by the main character, but the scenes kind of jump in a very strange way. The transitions are not very coherent, and I think in part that's on purpose because you're kind of in the mind of this man who's half crazy, half, obsessed with revenge. I think that was my main problem. I found it very difficult to keep up with certain things, with certain characters, and I think I will enjoy it way more when I see it a second time. That is not to say I didn't enjoy the movie. It's just such a crazy psychological trip, and it's so draining by the very end that I didn't know what to think of it. I didn't know what to make of it. Not to mention that as I watched the movie, I realized that I kind of saw or read somewhere something about how the movie ends. So it just kind of clicked in my head, and I was like, oh, I think I know where this is going. That being said, I think I was feeling sort of lukewarm about the movie as I finished it, and then it just kind of like grew on me, and I kept thinking about it and thinking about it for days to come, I think even weeks, and trying to figure everything out, and it just leaves you with this sour taste of what revenge is and what it means and how it can affect you. It's an amazing movie. I think movies that stay with you that way and scenes that stay with you that way for so long just tells you you don't have to love the entire experience, but the fact that you went on an experience and on a journey with these characters and it's kind of part of you now, I think it just shows that is a great movie and something that is worth watching. And also to discover these amazing Korean actors that I have never seen before. The guy who plays Odesu, what's his name? Choi Min-sik, I think that's his name. Sorry again if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Oh my god, this guy's just blew my mind. He's such a great freaking actor. I definitely want to see this movie again just to see his performance because it's just worth it. The entire thing. There's one particular moment close to the end where it was just chilling the way he did this entire thing. It was amazing. And I think the next movie I want to see with him in it is I Saw the Devil. I don't know if I'm emotionally prepared for it, but I will give it a try. So guys, those are some of the movies I saw in the past few months. Tell me if you've seen any of these movies. What did you think of them? Do you have any other suggestions for my bucket list? Leave them in the comments section down below. If you don't know yet, my entire bucket list is in my profile in Letterboxd. Everything is there. If you have any suggestions, you can leave the comments there as well. But guys, that's everything for now. I will come up with a new video of the other movies I've seen as well very soon. Don't worry about it. I'm not going anywhere. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I come up with videos like this every week or every other week. And don't forget to share it as well with your movie fan friends if you liked it. And I will see you on the next one. Bye!